This gentleman is from the Washington, D.C. area. No? It says right there, Washington, D.C.
Wow.
That's you, right?
No, I'm not from there, but
Oh, where are you from?
I'm actually from Philadelphia, but then upstate New York, so.
Our next performer is from Philadelphia and now upstate New York. And are you represented by Susan Lownberry of Void Artists?
Happily, joyfully, yes.
All right, you can visit them in booth number 42. Please welcome Reggie Harris.
I spent a lot of time in Washington, D.C. Don't let that count. Felt like the spirit of Harriet Tubman just blessed my set. So I planned to open with a song that I'm pretty definite that she sang on some of those journeys on the underground there. The song's been around that long. My mother tells me that this was one of the first 3 songs I sang when I was 3 years old. It's a song that I sang growing up in my church in Philadelphia. Didn't quite sing it then the way I'm going to sing it today. But Harriet would have sung it as she was leading those folks from Maryland through Delaware. Came right through the area that I'm living now, upstate New York. Actually, she died in Auburn, New York, about 2 hours from my house. But so many more people sang this song and still sing it today. Because folks, we are still wading in the water. Did my Lord Daniel? Did my Lord Daniel? Did my Lord? Did my Lord Daniel? Did my Lord? Did my Lord Daniel? He was in the lion's den. Sat with those three boys in the fiery furnace till they could get cool again. Stood with the people by the Red Sea. He was the Jonah in the belly of the whale. Well, my people heard those stories. They said, there ain't no way we're gonna fail. We gonna wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Hey, wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Well, who are those children all dressed in red? I said, God's gonna trouble the water. Must be the ones that Moses led. God's gonna trouble the. Hey, now who are those children all dressed in white? God's gonna trouble the water. They must be the ones getting ready to fly. God's gonna trouble the. Say it with me, say, wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble, gonna trouble, gonna trouble. Say, wade in the water. Wade, oh, children, wade in the water. I said, God's gonna trouble the. Who are those children all are dressed in blue? You say, God's gonna trouble the water. They must be the ones that made it through. God's gonna trouble the children. Say, now, who are those children all dressed in black? I said, God's gonna trouble the water. They never, 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 they're just not going back. 'Cause why would they? They're walking the free. God's gonna trouble the. You know that God's gonna trouble the Thank you. That song has stood the test of time and continues to be sung in so many communities. Shows up in pop music every now and then. And it's a song that's been part of my family for a very long time. But it's been part of the human family because it's one of the spirituals, and the spirituals have gone all around the world. And they are songs formed in the time of slavery, but they are not located simply there. Because as the poet Maya Angelou said, we have all been bought and sold. Can I get an amen? Amen. I'd like to share a song with you that comes out of my family's experience in slavery. My family was in slavery in Virginia. They were part of the black migration, 6 million African Americans fleeing the South from about 1901 until about 1968. My family, my grandfather and grandmother came north when somewhere around early 1902, 1903. And I didn't know much about their history. They never really talked about it. I didn't really know my grandfather. He died when I was pretty young. But I did know that my family came from Virginia, and for years and years and years, we would actually go back and forth from Philadelphia to Virginia and sometimes have family reunions. In 1992, we had a family reunion, and a bunch of us went down to visit our relatives, the Hewlett family reunion it was, and the story got a lot wider that year. One of my relatives, Kate Bush-Gray, did our family genealogy. She'd been working on it for a long time. And she told us that our family began on a plantation called Hickory Hill. And she gave out these booklets, and we all had this amazing document. And I carried that document around after that reunion for several years, carried the information that she gave to us in my heart and my head. Didn't really share it very much, but one afternoon in 2010, I was teaching at a music camp in North Carolina, and I shared the story. The story is that my family was part of this plantation, Hickory Hill, owned by Williams Carter Wickham and his wife Mary. And it's a long story. If I actually told you the full story, which I do in performance, it would take anywhere from about 12 minutes to 20. Clearly, I don't have time to do that today, but I will tell you this. I spent 3 days, 3 weeks ago, with a cousin of mine. And that cousin is not part of the Hewlett family. She's part of the Wickhams. You see, in 1992, we found out that Williams Carter Wickham, that master, Confederate general, state legislator, he had 6 children by one of his slaves, a woman named Bibb Hanna. And out of those 6 children, my family came. But he also had children by his wife, Mary. And so I spent those 3 days, 3 weeks ago, with my cousin Lisa. Lisa is my white cousin from the Wickham side of the family. And Lisa and I have been embracing each other since about 2010. The story tells how that happened, and it was a circuitous route. But I'm happy to, in this time of dissension and challenge, be embracing not only Lisa, but her sister Wallace and her brother George, and they're embracing my sister Marlene, my cousin Valerie, as we embrace each other as cousins. We are living into what Maya Angelou said, which was, history, despite its wrenching pain, cannot be unlived, but if faced with courage, need not be lived again. On an afternoon in 2012, Lisa and I drove up to that property and we took a walk. We walked on the grounds of Hickory Hill, which then could be done. We spent about 2 hours with each other, embracing and looking at each other without being able to find words to say. And after that experience, this song happened. I'm happy to say that it wasn't just that I got a song. We're continuing the relationship into the future because we believe that we can indeed embrace a different reality as we go forward from that walk at Hickory Hill. And fields to the horizon, ghosts of autumn catch the wind, memories of the saints and sinners gather round upon us once again. Now we're finally here together, standing silent face to face. Secret family undercover, born of shame, saved by hope and grace. Hickory Hill, we're on a hollow ground, walking side by side, wondering what we found. Hearts break open wide, across the great divide. I can see questions in your eyes, now that we are home again. They celebrate the grand illusion, and they write it up for all to see. But in that mystery of confusion, there lies a truth that might one day set us free. So now our stories come together, across these fields of broken dreams, and the blood that binds us all together is indeed much thicker than it seems. Oh, Hickory Hill, we're on a hollow ground, walking side by side, wondering what we found. Hearts break open wide, across the great divide. Can you hear those demons as they die, now that we are home again? Thank you. Thank you so much. Hold fast the dreams, for when dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow. Those are the words of Langston Hughes. And I love the fact that there are so many words, stories, songs, paintings, dances. So much of the arts is about reminding us of who we can be. And so in the brief time that I have, I'm going to do a song that was actually written by a friend of mine. He wrote it for John Lewis, who left us last year. He wrote it because he read one of John Lewis's essays, and he found out that when John Lewis took office, first time he was in the Capitol, after years of being a civil rights pioneer, after years of being beaten and years of sacrifice for civil and human rights, he looked down the mall to where he had stood as a 22-year-old on the March on Washington that day in 1963. And he said, "My, it's a mighty long way from there to here." And so my friend Greg wrote this song. I'm only going to do one verse for you. I'm only going to do one chorus. But, well, maybe I'll do two choruses. But it's a challenge to all of us to, as he said, to get into good trouble, to heal this world, and to make freedom true for everyone. It's a mighty long way over yonder. It's a mighty long way from there to here. We're gonna take it, oh yes, one step at a time, so that we can make that walk from there to here. Now every child born is a revolution, with a song inside. Some won't hear it, but some hear nothing else. They sing night and day just to keep that song alive. Let me hear you. It's a mighty long way, it's a mighty long way over yonder, mighty long way, where to hear. We're gonna take it, oh yes, one step at a time, so that we can make that walk from there to here. One more time. It's a mighty long way, over yonder. It's a mighty long way from there to here. We're gonna take it, oh yes, one step at a time, so that we can make that walk from there to here. Oh, we're gonna take it, oh yes, one step at a time, so that we can make that walk from there to here. Thank you.